Sorry for that one. Na-miss natin yung ito. Itong 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 sa recording. Anyway, nandyan naman lahat yan. So, ulitin ko lang para sa mga hindi or mga wala dito. So, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 4, 5, 6 will be parang practice assignment. And then 7, magkaiba pala to. So 7 and then sample problem number 7 is different. So 4, 5, 6, 7 will be your practice assignment. Okay? And then for number 7, ito na yung code mismo. So very straightforward naman. Kapag positive yung value, positive. Pag negative yung value, negative naman yung magpapakita sa message box. So actually, nagawa na natin to sa pinakaunang-una. Okay? Compare natin gamit ang if statement. And then sample problem number 8. So, ito yung kapag 100 na yung message or pag mabot ka ng more than 100, 101 and above, so yun na yung may bayad, which is kakompute mo lang by 0.5 or multiply it by 0.5. So dito meron na siyang text message of 150. So 150, which is the end text is 1 minus 100 times 0.5 will be 25 pesos. So paano napakita yung PHP? So, gumamit lang siya ng format and then yung variable bill. Bill is ito. Okay? And then currency is of course the PHP. Okay? And then for sample problem number 9. So nabasa ko na to kanina pero ito yung criteria. So calls within a weekday from 6 a.m. to 6:59 p.m. are 7 pesos and 50 centavos. And then other than that, charges made at other times will be 5 pesos per minute. And then calls made anytime on weekends, so Saturday and Sunday, will be charged 3 pesos per minute. Okay? So ito na yung, may continuation pa pala. So your job is to write a program that will ask the user to enter the following information. So of course, kailangan mo ng date. Okay, so meron na tayong criteria dito. So for weekdays, and then weekends, and then other than weekdays and weekends. Okay, na time range of 6 a.m. to 6:59 p.m. So kailangan natin ng date, of course, para malaman natin kung weekdays or weekend. And kailangan din natin ng time, which is the daytime peaker, para malaman natin kung anong oras siya nangyari. So may mga time range naman to. 6 a.m. to 6:59, 7 pesos 50 centavos. Other than that will be 5 pesos. And then for weekends, it will be 3 pesos per minute. Okay? And then integer representing the duration of the call in minutes. Assume that all calls are rounded to the next minute. So for example, meron siyang 2 minutes and 35 seconds. So this one is already considered as a 3-minute call. Okay? So, ito na yung pinaka-program mismo. So, meron tayong date of call, time of call, and then duration of call. And then, i-compute natin yan gamit tong mga data na nandito. Okay? So, ito yung pinaka-code mismo. Okay? So, nag-declare siya ng I-day, I-time, and then yung I-duration as integer. And then, we call bill as double. Ito na yan, yung pinaka-bill niya. Okay? So, meron tayong constant value wherein week reg call as single is 7 pesos and 50 centavos or 7.5. And then for week, this call is 5 pesos. And then weekend call, 3 pesos. Okay? So, paano natin kukunin yung value ng day? So, date time peaker, date dot value day of week. Okay, so gamitin nyo lang tong method na to or tong format na to. And then for time, of course, kukunin natin yung hour. That value, that hour. And then for duration, so simply text lang yan. So kayo naman mag-input dito kung ilang minutes yung ginamit nyong call. And then we have a condition here. So if I day is greater than or equal to 1 and ID is less than or equal to 5, then I time is greater than or equal to 6 and I time is less than or equal to 18, then T-call bill is equal to I duration times week recall. So, eto, for ID, kinocompute mo siya kung ranging ba siya from 1 to 5. Then, kapag ranging siya from 1 to 5, ibig sabihin, nasa weekdays na siya. Other than that, hindi na siya nasa weekdays, meaning weekend na siya. Dito na siya magpo-fall sa else. Weekend call na siya. Okay? And then, meron pang isa, kapag hindi siya nag-fall dito sa first condition and then second condition, meron tayong ika-third which is yung weekend call naman. So, ito yung 7 pesos and 50 centavos. Ito yung 5 pesos. Ito naman yung 3 pesos. Okay? Kasi meron tayong 3 category dito. 7 pesos, 50 centavos, 5 pesos, and then 3 pesos. Okay? And then, ito na yung computation, of course. So, kung depende naman sa duration niya. Kung duration is 5, then 5 na yan. And then, week reg call is, ito na yung value ng call natin per minute. Okay? So, 7.5 dito. And then, 5 pesos naman sa weekdays. And then, weekends is 3 pesos. Okay? And then again, gumamit lang tayo ng format for the currency. So, ang currency sa Pilipinas is PHP. And then, kung ano man yung na-compute na value sa T-call bill. So, ito, T-call bills for weekend, T-call bill for weekdays, and then T-call bill for regular weekend. Okay? Yung 6 a.m. to, anong oras to? 12 plus 6 p.m. 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So, gumamit siya ng 24-hour format dito. Okay? So, yun lang naman. Pagkakalik nyo ng compute and then, yan. So, depende kung ano yung date at saka yung time of call at saka yung duration. Alright? So, another syntax for if statement. So, meron tayong true and then false kanina. Meron naman tayong, let's say, pinaka-specific value. Okay? So, let's say, if conditional statement, then ito yung gagawin niya. And then another if statement, ito naman yung gagawin niya. Other than those two statements will fall here. Okay? So one good example of this one is if x, let's say x is your text box. If x is equal to 1, then it will proceed to this code. Meaning, true na tong first statement mo. And then, let's say we have another condition. If x is equal to 2, then this second statement now is true. Meaning, may po-proceed na siya dito sa second statement natin. Okay? And then, let's say, 1 and 2 lang yung kayang or gusto mong i-accept. Other than that, 3 and above or 1 and below will fall in here. Okay? So, if the value of x is 1, then ito yung i-execute niya. If the value of x is 2, then ito naman. Other than that, if the value of x is 3, then dito na siya magpo-fall. If the value of x is negative 5, then dito pa rin. Okay? So, pwede kayong magdagdag kahit ilang if at saka else if. So, take note, this one now is else if. Hindi na siya else. Kasi pag else, yung gamit nyo, ibig sabihin, other than those true codes, okay, will fall now to your false code. So, dito, maghahanap muna siya ng equivalent or ng true statement. Pag di niya nahanap, dito na siya mag-fall sa else statement natin. Okay? So, pwede kayong gumawa kahit ilang else if, kahit ilang true statement yan, kahit 10, and then 1 false statement kapag hindi niya nahanap dun sa 10 true statement natin. Okay? So, for you to appreciate this one, we have an example here. So, if balance minus check is less than 0, then it will do this statement. Else if balance minus check is equal to 0, then it will do this one. Ngayon, kapag walang comma dyan, okay, lahat yan is wala, dito siya mag-fall. Balance is equal to balance minus 2. Okay? Okay, so we have an example. So create a PB project that enables the user to input shape names using a text box, circle, triangle, square, pentagon, hanggang decagon. Okay? And then display the number of sides the inputted shape has. If the text doesn't match one of these shapes, display not a valid shape. Okay? So, kung papansin niyo, meron tayong circle hanggang sa decagon. Okay? Other than that, i-display na natin not a valid shape. So, kung papansin niyo, from here meron tayong ilan? 1, 2, I think 7. Check natin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Rectangle is 4. Yeah, 8. And 9. Okay, 9 true statements. So, ito kulang to . So, nag-start ka sa, of course, sa 0 or sa circle. Of course, wala namang sides or wala namang, ano tawag dito? Corner. Wala namang corner ang circle. Okay, meron lang siyang, actually, wala. Yan. 0 nga yung number of sides niya. Then for triangle, meron tayong 3 sides, of course. Okay, so 0, triangle, square is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So meron tayong 9 true statements. Okay, kompleto yan. Actually, hindi na kinumpleto dito, pero ganun na nga yan. Circle, triangle, square, pentagon, 6 is hexagon, hectagon, 7, octagon is for 8, and then nonagon for 9, and then decagon for 10. So, kapag walang tumama doon, okay, walang tumama doon sa mga true condition na yun, it will lie on this one. Okay? Invalid inputted shape. So, let's say 11 sides na yon. Or nilagay mo doon, ano bang pangalan ng 11 sides? Kasi hanggang 10 is decagon. I think 12 is dodecagon. Undecagon yata. Undecagon yung 11. So, pag nilagay mo dito undecagon or dodecagon, so magpapakita na dyan is invalid inputted shape. Okay? So, sa if statement, kahit ilang true statement. So, walang limit yan. So, depende sa inyo. Depende sa program nyo. And then, kapag walang tumama doon, pwede kayo maglagay ng else. Okay? Wherein, ito na yung ipapakita niya. Or depende sa program nyo kung ano ipapakita niya mismo. Okay? So, gawin natin to para makita nyo. Okay, so, burahin ko lang to. Gawin ko na lang yan mamaya. Kailangan natin is label text box. Label text box, and then button, and then another text box para mapakita natin yung number of shapes. So, change ko lang yung font size para mas makita nyo. Oops. And then dito, input name of shape. And then verify the number of Ayan. So, yung program natin is yung button. Double-click nyo lang yan. And then, meron tayong text box 1 and text box 2. So, beam Okay? So string na yung gagamitin natin kasi text na mismo yung input dito. Then output natin is string din. Okay? So if shape, saan pala kung gagaling yung value ng shape muna? Shape is equal to textbox1.text. Okay? So after natin makuha yung value ng shape natin, so pwede natin i-verify. Shape is equal to circle. So para maiwasan natin yung case sensitive, gamitan natin ng uCase. Circle. Circle. And then, i-display natin dito yung number of sites, which is textbox2.text. Okay. Textbox2.text is equal to 0. Okay, since ang sides of circle is 0. Okay, para mabilis, copy ko lang to. Ito naman is for triangle, which is 3 sides, square, 4 sides. And then, so sa square, pentagon, 5 sides, hexagon, which is 6 sides, octagon, kaming 7. Tama ba ako? Search natin. Baka mamaya mali ako. 7 sides. Polygon? 7-sided shape. Heptagon naman. Ano ba yung polygon? Heptagon is 7. And then, octagon for 8. And then, nonagon for 9.
Sir, yun sa heptagon. Hindi napalitan ng 7.
Okay. Thank you. And then, decagon. Okay. So, kapag meron tayong, hindi ko na alam kung yung bilang niya, 9 yata. Meron tayong, yan, ilang true statement. Kapag walang tumama dyan, magpo-fall na siya sa else. Okay. Oops. Mali pala yung ginawa ko. Else if. Hindi and if. Then, tanggalin natin yan. Palitan natin ito ng else if. Else if. If. Else if. If. Else if. Mapatuloy yung trabaho. Yan. So, pag ito na yung pinaka-last, hindi na else if yan. So, dapat else na lang. Else, text, back to the text, invalid, so, dito sa program, I think, dito sa program, ipinakita niya sa message box. Pero sa akin, ipapakita ko sa text box 2. Okay, dito ka papakita. Okay? So, try natin. Oops. Text box 1, text box 2. Bakit may error? uCase, shape, then, sinasabing error. Shape, so here we go. And sub. Wala entity. So 0. Pag circle, double E, of course, wala namang ganyang shape. So invalid, inputted, yun na nagpakita. Masyado daw malaki. Saan natin? Invalid, inputted shape. So yan. Asya na. Okay, so for square, so dapat 4. Okay. Decagon is 10. Okay. Undecagon, meron bang undecagon talaga? Check ko lang. Undecagon. Meron nga. So, yan. Tama pala ako. 11-sided polygon. Itong undecagon. Undecagon naman pala to. Mali ako. Okay. So, hendecagon ang 11. Undecagon yata is 12. Anyway, check nyo na lang yan. So, that's it for this one, sample problem number 11. So yung the rest, sample problem number 11B hanggang sa matapos natin will be next meeting na lang. Okay, so for now, yun na, kalahati na lang muna. So next meeting, this coming Thursday, tatapusin natin tong module 2. So tingnan nyo pala yung in-upload ko mismo sa canvas natin. So meron na yung mini pizza ordering. Ito yung code mismo, nandito yung code na kung paano yung gagawin yung laboratory number 1. And then ito naman yung complete sample. Ito yung may value na talaga. Okay, so please check that one. Okay, so kung may mga question kayo, message nyo lang ako kasi 1 minute, less than a minute na lang tayo. Kulang na tong oras para